This is where it all kicks off. This headline: Chevy Chase's wife says her husband isn't a jerk. I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, right? It's pushing back hard against a reputation that's been around for decades, and it makes you think, why does she even have to come out and say that in the first place?
Okay, so to really get why that headline is such a big deal, you've got to remember just how huge Chevy Chase was. I mean, before all the drama and the stories, there was just the comedy. And for a while there, he was pretty much the king.
I mean, his rise to fame was just meteoric. He was the original star to break out from Saturday Night Live, the very first It guy. And from there, boom, he just exploded onto the big screen. He became box office gold with movies like Caddyshack and Vacation, films that basically defined comedy for a whole generation. You just can't deny his impact.
But as the CNN piece points out, the story doesn't just end with a string of hit movies. Nope. Running right alongside all that incredible success is let's call it a more difficult side to his legacy. And honestly, it's often overshadowed his actual talent.
And that's really the heart of the issue, isn't it? For years, you've heard these stories that he was difficult to work with. I mean, from his early days and clashes on SNL all the way to his, very public exit from the show Community. So you've got this massive gap between the clumsy, hilarious guys he played on screen that everybody loved and the reputation that followed the actual man. This is the big challenge the new film is trying to tackle.
Which, of course, brings us to why we're even talking about all this. There's a new documentary from CNN Films, and it's not shying away. It's set to take on this whole complicated history head on. The title is just perfect, using his famous catchphrase from SNL. But make no mistake, this isn't just some nostalgia trip. The article says its goal is to thoughtfully examine his challenges. And that word, thoughtfully, that's the key right there. It tells us this isn't just going to be a puff piece or a simple defense. It's aiming for something deeper, a more nuanced look at a really complicated guy.
And who's leading this new, thoughtful look? Well, it's a voice we really haven't heard from much in public about this, his wife of several decades, Janie Chase.
And this is what she says she's trying to do. She isn't just coming out and saying, oh, all those stories are fake. Not at all. The article makes it clear she wants to help people see the complexities of her husband, the guy behind all the headlines. So it's not about asking for a pass, it seems, but more about asking for a deeper understanding.
And this really nails the whole conflict, doesn't it? It just boils it all down. On one side, you have that simple, one-word label, jerk, that's kind of stuck to him for years. But on the other side, you've got this new counter-narrative they're pushing, the idea that he's complex. It's a much more complicated, more human, and maybe even a less comfortable truth to deal with. So this all leads to a much bigger question, right? This isn't really just about Chevy Chase. It's about how we define any public figure, and whether a reputation that's been set in stone for years can ever actually be changed.
So this seems to be the game plan for the film. It's taking all the different pieces of his story and weaving them together. You've got the amazing career highs, a direct look at the controversies we all know about, and then this really personal viewpoint from his wife. And the goal of all of this? To paint a more complete and maybe more human picture of the man.
And look, this isn't just some abstract debate. The premiere of this movie on CNN, that's a major media event. It's what's forcing this whole conversation out into the open, making all of us kind of step back and reconsider what we thought we knew about him. And that leaves us with this one big, lingering question. Forget about Chevy Chase for a second. This whole thing makes you wonder, in this world of snap judgments and stories that get set in stone, is it even possible to rewrite a public narrative? And maybe the bigger question is, who gets to have the last word on what someone's legacy really is?